There's a quiet moment many of us face, somewhere between our late 50s and early 70s. Maybe it's on a walk. Maybe it's during a cup of tea in the afternoon where we pause and ask, what now? We've worked hard, raised families, handled responsibilities we never imagined we could. And then one day, the structure fades, the job ends, the alarm clock doesn't ring, the world feels quieter, and we're left wondering, not just what we'll do next, but who we are now. Retirement is often portrayed as a golden era of beaches, golf, smiling couples, walking hand in hand into the sunset. And while those moments can be real, they're only part of the story. For many, retirement is also filled with unexpected emotions, uncertainty, grief, questions about purpose, even shame. It's time we talked about that. Kindly, honestly, and with deep respect for the journey we're all on. Because whether you're already retired, preparing for it, or still adjusting to the changes, you've likely heard or believed a few things about this stage of life that just aren't true. And sometimes those myths can quietly rob us of our peace, our confidence, and even our joy. Let's gently unravel them together. One of the most persistent myths is that retirement is the end of purpose. That once we leave behind our job titles, we also leave behind our value. But your purpose was never just your career. You are not your job description. You're the moments you've comforted someone in pain, the times you've made someone laugh, the quiet wisdom you've gathered through years of living. I once met a woman named Claire. She'd worked as a school secretary for over 30 years. After she retired, she felt adrift, like her usefulness had evaporated. One afternoon, she began volunteering at a library's reading group for children. It wasn't a big thing, just an hour every week. But the children adored her voice, her stories, her presence. And slowly, something lit up in her again. She told me, I thought my best days were behind me, but now I feel like I've just begun to matter in a whole new way. You see, purpose doesn't retire, it evolves, and sometimes it softens, becoming less about achievement and more about connection. Another myth is that intimacy fades with age, that we're supposed to become less affectionate, less desiring, less expressive. But let me ask you something. When did love come with an expiration date? Yes, our bodies change. Menopause may bring dryness, mood shifts, discomfort. Men may experience slower arousal or struggle with performance, and that can quietly steal their confidence. But intimacy isn't about performance. It's about presence. The kind that comes from truly seeing each other, from sharing vulnerability, from holding hands when words fail. There's a couple I once knew, George and Lillian. They were in their late 70s and had been married for 54 years. One evening, Lillian confided that their physical intimacy had become more gentle, more quiet, but also more profound. There's a kind of closeness, she said, that only comes when you've weathered storms together. It's not about passion in the way it once was. It's about safety, about knowing that your body, no matter how it changes, is still worthy of being touched with love. The truth is, intimacy doesn't end. It simply shifts into deeper waters. Another false belief? That after 60, it's too late to start something new. Whether it's learning to paint, falling in love again, traveling to a dream destination, or writing the story you've held inside for decades, please hear this. Your clock didn't stop, and it just changed tempo. Alan, a widower from Manchester, shared with me how he took up woodworking at 68. He said, I always thought I was a man of routine. But now, every day I get to build something, even just a little box, I feel like I'm rewriting the ending of my life. Isn't that beautiful? We are all allowed to start again, not in spite of our age, but because of it. Because we finally have the time and the tenderness to do things for the joy of it, not the approval. Now let's gently touch on something a bit more hidden. The idea that we should have figured it all out by now, that we should be at peace, settled, content, and if we're not, something's wrong with us. But aging doesn't guarantee certainty. In fact, for many, it brings up old regrets, unresolved wounds, or buried grief. And when we don't talk about it, we isolate ourselves. Please know this. It's okay to feel confused, or lonely, or unsure. Even now, you don't have to pretend. Healing doesn't have a deadline. If you carry pain from past relationships, unspoken emotions, or regrets about paths not taken, you are not broken. You are human. And it is never too late to reach out to a therapist, to a support group, to a trusted friend. Even the quiet act of journaling, of speaking to yourself with honesty, can be a form of self-rescue. The truth is, emotional safety matters just as much now as ever, maybe more. Finally, one of the most deeply rooted myths and the most damaging is that our bodies are something to hide as we age, that we must cover up, apologize, shrink. But your body has carried you through decades, through heartbreaks, through miracles, through raising children, battling illness, caring for others, moving across time and place. It deserves your kindness, your gentleness, your gratitude. So if you look in the mirror and see wrinkles, soft skin, scars, try just for a moment to see them as evidence of survival, of love, of endurance. You are not aging wrong. You are aging exactly as nature intended, with dignity, complexity, and strength. And if you're in a relationship where the spark feels dim, it's okay. Talk, laugh, sit close, share something honest. Even if it's, "I miss how we used to be." That one sentence could open a door to closeness again. Real intimacy is built in the small, quiet moments. And if you're on your own, whether by choice, by divorce, or by loss, your life is not on pause. You are not less whole. You are a story still being written, and your next chapter may be the most beautiful yet. So let's retire these myths. Let's make space for new narratives, ones that honor your body, your relationships, your purpose, your spirit. And if all of this feels like a lot to process, just take a breath, place your hand gently on your heart, and remind yourself you are still here, still becoming, still deeply, wondrously alive. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are not invisible. You are radiant with the wisdom that only time can offer. And here on the Age of Beauty, you are always seen, always welcomed, and always celebrated exactly as you are. If this video stirred something in you, if you felt recognized or less alone, I invite you to gently like this video, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to the Age of Beauty for more reflections, encouragement, and reminders that aging isn't something to fear. It's something to honor. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. And until next time, take care of your beautiful self.